So I just watched the new action comedy Love Hurts, directed by Jonathan Eusebio and written by Matthew Murray, Josh Stoddard, and Luke Passmore. I apologize if I mispronounced any of those names. So I was not particularly interested in this. I didn't have super high hopes, but I like Ke Huy Quan, and I thought the idea of seeing like this action comedy with him in it, like I was somewhat interested in that, and like this idea of like making a Valentine's Day action movie is not like a bad idea. Kind of like the whole idea of making these films that are about a holiday, but like only tangentially and are really just vehicles to make these films that are very unfitting for the actual holiday. So I thought, why not? I'll go ahead and check it out, and guess it's about as passable as I expected it to be. Like, it's not great, but I don't regret watching it necessarily. So first, I'll go ahead and say what I liked. Best part of the movie, the fight scenes are great. Like, it has very high Jackie Chan energy. Like, just this whole idea of like barely escaping by the like skin of your teeth, and like very much feeling like improvised. Like you have to kind of use whatever's in your environment to defend yourself. I thought that was great. And you can tell that like the director Jonathan Eusebio's past in stunts and fight choreography. You can tell he has a past in that area because this is where the directing really comes alive. Ke Huy Quan himself, he's likable as always. He's just one of those actors who I feel like it would be very hard to make him not interesting. But yeah, I thought he did a good job here. There are other actors I liked here too. Like I enjoyed Marshawn Lynch. He's an actor who I actually find rather funny in anything he's in. It's always fun seeing Rise Darby pop up in things. And Sean Astin, like at first I kind of thought they were just using him because, oh, it's two actors from the Goonies on screen together again. Oh, but then there's a scene later on in the movie where Sean Astin like talks about how he like discovered Ke Huy Quan and how he took him in. He's kind of sees him as part of the family. Like that whole scene was actually really nice. It made Sean Astin's appearance feel worth it actually. And there are some funny jokes here and there. Not a ton, but there are some. I was laughing a little bit here and there. But that's pretty much everything I liked. So now I have to get into the reasons why I didn't really enjoy this. First of all, the story was bad. I didn't like it. I pretty much stopped caring about 15 minutes in because it got pretty complicated. It was kind of hard to get invested because I was hardly understanding what was going on, and it never really re-hooked me. Like it was pretty much the story was pretty much at this consistently kind of confusing area throughout. And like the villain was like the actor was decent, but overall the villain was written pretty bland. It's like the two generic villains, the family member villain and the just gruff crime boss with a bit of a quirky side villain is just pretty bland. Didn't really care. The romance in this movie was bad. Like first of all, Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose have no chemistry in this. Like I believe they were reading lines and that's it. Like I'm sorry, I did not believe them together at all. And if I'm being honest, I hated Ariana DeBose's character in this. Like I can't even say the acting was bad necessarily. It's just that I hated her character so much. Like she was just so unlikable. Like she just barges into Ke Huy Quan's life and says, "I'm gonna uproot your entire life and pretty much throw a huge grenade into it because I need you," and doesn't even ask like, "Can you help me?" or anything. She just barges in like this, and she keeps on saying that she doesn't approve of Ke Huy Quan's life because hiding isn't living, even though he seems perfectly happy in the life he has. So it's like, wow, this character is like not sympathetic at all. I'm sorry. It kind of has a bad message, honestly, because it like implies that it's impossible for anyone to live a normal life after having like a violent past, and you can interpret that however you want. And since we're talking about characters I didn't like, Moose, there are two actors in this movie who I thought just straight up did not do a good job. Mustafa Shakir and Andre Erickson as some of the bad guys. I did not find them convincing at all, and I didn't really find their characters that compelling either. Like, Mustafa Shakir is like the assassin with a soft side, and his whole romance I didn't really care about. And Andre Erickson, like his whole shtick of him trying to apologize to his wife when he kills people, I didn't find funny. And it's even on the technical side, there's like some weird directorial choices here. Like, there's bad editing that makes this whole film feel really test screened. Like, there's just all this, it feels like there were longer scenes that were like just sort of cut up to the bare minimum. And there's all this voiceover narration and flashbacks because they're like, oh, the audience won't understand what's happening unless we explain it to them. Or it's like, we had a scene showing this, but now we have to, like, we had to cut that scene out, so now let's just have Ke Huy Quan or Ariana DeBose explain it. Which, by the way, two different voiceover narrations in a movie is not, I would say it's kind of a weird choice to make. Like, usually you just pick one character to narrate the film, but you chose two. Okay? Like, and it's just all this dialogue explaining things we already know. Like Ariana DeBose straight up tells Ke Huy Quan that they have a past and he left the game constantly. It's like, yeah, we know. He knows. Why are you saying this? It's like, you're just saying this for the audience, but the character already knows these things. It got incredibly ridiculous. So overall, I would say this is like a mediocre action movie dragged down by a bad script. Like, if the script were better and it had the same like action and the same actors, even some of the bad actors I could have tolerated if just the script was better. But this is just a bad script, and it dragged this whole movie down, and I couldn't really enjoy it that much. But like I said, it was worth watching once. So I'm gonna give Love Hurts a C-. So those are my thoughts on the film. If you've seen it, be sure to let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more films like this in the future. And on that note, I will see you next time. Have a great day.